Oh, okay. So I'm here to make a declaration that the earth is flat 100%. This past couple of days I've actually, gotten, I don't want to say proof, but something happened to make me not question it anymore and not to call it a theory anymore. The earth is actually flat, and here's what happened to me. So I made my last video, I think Thursday or Friday, regarding Mandela effect. And Saturday, I was on my way to work, right? And mind you, I was on the highway. I was headed north. This past weekend, they had an air show or whatever show. So, throughout the week, you would see planes riding in the sky and whatnot. So here I am driving north, and this plane was riding, and at this moment it was way down there. So I'm driving, and I notice that I'm getting closer and closer to the plane and where it was riding. So I'm like, wait, if this earth is supposedly round and spinning at like millions of miles per hour, how is it that I'm able to catch up with this thing? People can argue, okay, well, maybe it was turning, south, in the south, why is whatever, and I'm going north, so maybe, yeah. But if that was the case, even if I had stopped, it would have still been moving, and it didn't. It just, it stayed the same place. And at this day, it was clear. The sky was super clear. And the fact that I was able to catch up with it driving really made me realize that we were stationary and we weren't actually moving at all. And this earth is flat. And that brings me to another theory of mine. So now that I know that earth is flat for a fact, my next theory is the cloud theory. So I was, talking to my friend the other day, and I was explaining him the same thing that I noticed. And basically, I was like, okay, well, I said to him, have you ever noticed how clouds seem to just come out of nowhere? And he was like, well, clouds are a natural thing. I'm like, yeah, I understand that. But have you ever just noticed that one day the sky is super clear, and then the next second the sky is full of clouds? Now, I've never had any kind of thoughts or anything about clouds. They're clouds. But that day, it flashed into my head that, well, maybe these chemtrails or whatever the hell they're spraying up there is actually what is creating these clouds. So one day there will be no clouds in sight, and then all of a sudden they appear. Like, where the hell are they coming from, and where do they go when they're not visible? It's just something to think about, and something to really, like I said, I never had an issue or a thought or nothing like that about a cloud until that day, because the sky was clear. They were riding in the sky. I was able to catch up with them, and it just brings more questions. But for real though, where do these freaking clouds go? And people can say, oh, it's because they're spinning and they're moving, so they go to, okay, but you ever notice if it's a clear day, nothing, but when it's time to rain, it doesn't matter where or what time of day it is. If it's starting to rain, there's going to be clouds, black clouds at that in the sky. So you can't say they're at another point on the globe without thinking of, okay, well, where do they come from when it's about to rain? I don't know. Things that disappear and reappear, I don't trust. I'm starting to question every single thing, on this planet, because you grow up thinking one thing, you think something, and then all of a sudden you get a curveball and you really don't know shit. and it messes up your mind. But that's what I wanted to talk about, you know, my realization that, you know, Earth is flat and that clouds, where do they come from and where the bleep do they go when it's clear outside? Thoughts, let me know. Bye.